It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, welcome everyone to the Sam Lesante Show. Very interesting show today, my friends. It's something I learned about, and I think it's great. It has to do with learning, and that's always important to know what's going on. Now, let me just call attention to certain schools. Hazleton Township Early Learning Center, Heights Terrace Elementary, Freeland and Drums Elementary. Now, what do they have in common? We're going to tell you right now. The company is called Champions. Now, it's a fun learning opportunity for your students, and anyone who's attending these schools can go to this. And we have here today Yazlyn Trinidad, who is the area manager. We have Lindsay Capatasto, who is the area manager in New Jersey, and we have Anthony Powell, who is site director for the Hazleton Township Early Learning Center. Now, Yazlyn, as I said before, I was unfamiliar as to what Champions all about. Tell me what Champions are all about.
Yes, so Champions is a before and after school program, and we are school-based programs that are gravitating towards the audience of a working parent, right? You need to go to work in the morning, you need somewhere to drop off your student, and Champions is the perfect place where they can come, they can learn, they can have fun, and they can make new friends. We have our own curriculum that we implement in our program, and we service in the morning and in the afternoon, and then our kiddos go to school during the day. Aside from that, we incorporate playground time into our time with the kiddos. We incorporate homework time, tutoring, clubs, and then we also invite any outside resources that can help with their learning as well. So maybe any vendors from the outside that can come in and do lessons and just teach them about, social emotional learning skills and what's next for them.
So any student that's from K through 8 can go to this particular program, Champions?
Yes.
Now, in Hazleton Township, where Anthony is, it's K through 3. So let's say I have a job at 7. Okay, I could bring my child there and drop him off at 7? Or
Yeah.
is it,
So any time between 6:30 and the time that we close, you are able to drop off your child.
well, what about their daily school? I mean, their daily subject?
So so right from Champions, they get dismissed to school.
Let's say my child's in 3rd grade. If I drop my child out at 7 o'clock, okay, because I have to go to work, what would my child expect?
Okay, so as soon as your child comes in, they would expect to see a teacher once they walk into the classroom and our environment set up. We do have carts where we have different themes for the carts. So math and construction, puzzles and games, creative arts, and our library. And those are just different stations that they can, go throughout the program time. And they can go around, they can play games. They can bring a board game back to maybe a friend or a partner. So between the times, so if you're coming in at 7 o'clock, between 7 and about 7:45, we do have more of a free play kind of aspect to the program. So the kids are able to gravitate towards whatever they would like to do in that morning. And then we also have interest area activities that correspond with every single theme that we have. And those are student-led activities that they can do at any time when they're in the program. And they're super educational. So one thing that I'm thinking about is like measuring hands and feet for the math and construction cart. And it gives them a ruler and they basically measure things in the room with their hands and feet to kind of learn the difference between measurements, the difference between like my hand and your hands. So that's just like things that they do in the morning. We also have those kiddos sometimes that might have sports the day before. So we also do support homework help in the morning as well. And then from there, we also have our curriculum that we transition to. So we do have vocabulary words in our curriculum book. So we might do those, or we might also like do a trivia game or just something for them to transition out and get ready for their school day.
Well, how do you know which student does what?
So our curriculum is tailored for the school age group. Sometimes we do tailor them for like if we have a program that has more younger kiddos, like Tony said, his program is K through 3. We do have aspects in the curriculum book that do accommodate different age groups. So it's not only K through 8. It might have in the book where it says, okay, if you have younger students, here are some ideas for your K through 2 group. Here are some ideas for your 3 through 6 group. Here are some ideas for your middle schoolers. So it's not only it's yes, one activity and one curriculum, but we do accommodate every single child if they're not able to meet what the directions are for that curriculum, if that's making sense.
Okay, yeah. So, but you do work in connection with the school district?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so it's not something like it's a private organization, so you are tied in with so the kids are secured and they're safe?
Yes, all of
Okay.
our staff members that I hire and I bring on, they do need state clearances to be with us, so they do need to be cleared by the state to work with children in order to work with us.
So how did this champion thing start?
So Champions is we're a nationwide company. We're the sister company of KinderCare, and we started off with our KinderCare centers with younger children. So they usually service newborns up until 3 or 4 years old, which is super young. And then they came out with Champions, which is a school age brand, because not only do students that are like newborns or babies need the care, we also have the working parent that also needs care that goes to elementary schools or your local middle schools. So they came out with Champions, and it's a school-based program. We operate in the schools, and right now what we're trying to do is expand as much as we can. So we have people from our business department go out to school districts and talk about Champions and kind of pitch it to them, and then we go through a process of getting board approved, and then once that happens, we're able to operate at the center. So we start on the process of licensing, hiring, we hire our own people, we license our own programs, and we make sure that we're in regulation with the state at all times.
How long has this champion been around?
So here in Hazleton, it's been around.
I mean, the entire company.
Oh, the entire company? Ooh, what do you think,
Oh,
Lynn?
I would say over 25 years.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
I'm, I'm talking about I'm trying to
The
bring
company overall.
The company overall, yeah, about
legitimacy
25
of the
years.
company. Okay, knowing that when my child goes there,
Yeah,
and
over 25
and I
years.
could see a lot of benefits here, particularly for parents or guardians that have to go to work and their kids didn't finish their homework, or they need help in different respective. So, is that what you do, Anthony, in your area with K through 3?
Yeah, with K through 3, that's what I do a lot, and I do push like a lot of with the homework help, because those kids between K through, not so much the kindergartners, but like 2nd and 3rd grade, they do have a lot of homework to do and take care of. So they come with some of the things that they just don't understand, and then we try to help them through it. And then it's not so much as, I always say I don't want to give you the answers, but I'm going to help you get to those answers. So that, and that's the way I teach or approach it with my teachers. I tell them, we don't want to give them the answers, we want to help them get to the answers, that they can then figure it out themselves. And in that way aspect, they can then go home or in school, figure out those answers just from the way we're teaching them, or the way we're helping them or tutoring them as per se. Would be that kind of thing. So they come in after school. One of the first things I say is, who has homework? And they all come up with their folders or their books, they get it out, and then we kind of separate them off. So those who are in 2nd grade, we're not really putting with those who are in 5th or 6th grade, because the 5th and 6th graders have a little more advanced homework than they do. So we try to, this teacher's taking the 2nd graders, this one's taking the 3rd and 4th,
Perfect.
and then I go take the 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
So we separate them off, and then we, again, work with them, because most of them have the same homework. So we work with them that way, and then they all kind of finish up sometimes at the same time. Some take a little bit longer, like say the 5th and 6th graders. But again, it's more or less teaching them on how to get to those answers and figuring out their homework that way. So it is like a tutoring way
Yes.
of helping them learn what the school is teaching them.
Yeah.
So like for me, the other thing is that I also para in the school district. I work as a paraprofessional at the school district. So I go and I watch a lot of the teachers and learn from them on how the kids are, what they're learning and how the teachers teach it. So then I take that into when they come to our program and say in the afternoon with their homework, and teach them the way the teachers are teaching them within the school district.
So they all get individual attention?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I see this as a tremendous help for parents and guardians, because sometimes, as we know, both parents are working, they're trying to survive, they're trying to take care of their kids, make sure the kids get the best of education, plus and sometimes it can be very trying. This is a great opportunity for them to get some relief and know that it's regimented and you have the qualified people, because that would be my concern. Now, so you just said something, you have the separation, so second grade's not learning what fifth grade is, okay? Well, what has been your experience, okay, Anthony, with students? How do they, I mean, how do they get along? We have a second grader with a fifth grader, and look, I know kids are kids.
Kids are kids, yeah.
He pulled my hair, he pulls me, you're going to have that,
yeah.
okay? But I mean, in general.
In general, they do get along pretty well. You usually have, like, say, the kindergarten, say first, second graders, they're looking up to the fifth and sixth graders that come to the program, and they sometimes want to emulate what they're doing. And I'm like, well, you can't really emulate what they're doing, but they are learning. Or you'll have a fifth grader say to me, oh, well, he's been following me around the whole time. And I'm like, you might not like the fact he's following you around, but he's looking up to you. He's
like a big brother.
He wants to be like you, And I said, and that's great, as long, that you're emulating the good things for him, and that's what we try to do. So when we get children in the program, or students, I should say, like for instance, I get children from Maple Manor. So I get children from Maple Manor that might be in fifth and sixth grade, and they come up. And West Hazleton, I get some children in. We transport through transportation, bring them to Champions at Early Learning Center. And then I find the children that are actually doing the good things, and then I make them junior counselors, and then they become those ones that like kind of do the things that. And I tell them, I said, you have to be these examples, and I made you a junior counselor because I see you doing these things well. And then what they do is they'll turn around and they'll say, okay, well, and then you'll see them teaching some of the younger ones, well, this is what we do next, or this is what we do later on, or they'll go and get snack and say, hey, everybody, snack's here, come on to the table and have snack, and this is where we eat snack. So they're doing those things, which is now the first and second graders are looking up to, that they want to become a junior counselor.
Well, you're developing a lot of social skills.
Yes, yes.
I mean, social skills, and for the student, that the parents don't have time, not that they don't want to, but they don't have time to do. I could see now how valuable this would be for parents with their students. And once again, my friends, it's Hazel Township Early Learning Center, Heights Terrace Elementary, Freeland and Drums Elementary. Now, these are the schools that you have your teachers at. So we found out that teachers have to be qualified, right? Okay, now you are the area manager for New Jersey.
I am.
So I guess it's similar to what these they're doing up here, right?
Sure, sure. It's truly an extension of the school day, and that's our goal, is that we want to mirror what the school district is doing and making sure that we're providing that same care in the afternoon and morning programs within all of our locations. And we are all over. Our headquarters is in Portland, so we are a little bit all over in every state now, which is great. We're growing, and that's something I know Yazlyn had touched on earlier. We are newer here and in Pennsylvania. We were only in one district in Pennsylvania for a long time, but because of the good work that they were doing and the other teams and directors and managers, we grew rapidly because of the care and the trust from the families. And it all goes back to our kids are our customers. Our parents are our customers, right? They want to be here, so they keep signing up. They're telling their friends, their families, the teachers, even hearing that you are now a para within the school. That's what it's all about. It's about the collaboration of working with our school districts.
But the fact that you could work with these children and give them that undivided time that's so needed, that the parents or guardians cannot give their kids, not that they don't want to, but you're hustling it. Yeah,
I'm a parent myself.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? So you're busy in the morning, you got to get to work,
It's a
you got
rush.
to make sure that, did you do your homework? Did you do this? Okay. And maybe you didn't have time to do that the night before, so you have a before and after. Now, do some students take both the before and after?
Yes.
Okay, because this way when they're coming in and then when they're done, they could do their own. And how long are these sessions, how long are they in there for? How many hours is it involved with?
So I believe that for you guys, 6:30 a.m.?
Our morning session is from 6:30 a.m. till about 8:30. That's when they get dismissed to school. And then our afternoon session is from dismissal all the way up until 6.
What have been some of the experiences that, do you actually go and teach yourself?
Not.
Are you doing supervising?
So I'm a supervisor now, but I was a site director for a really long time before I became an area manager. And some of the parents' experiences, like, it's always so heartwarming when you get that email, like,
Oh, yes.
hey, like, I'm so glad that you guys were able to help me. I needed care.
I could see.
Yeah,
that.
like,
I'm a former teacher.
oh, okay, that's
that's
awesome.
So I mean, God bless the teachers today. I mean, God
Very
bless
true.
them, believe me. But I mean, to be able to do this, I could see it, particularly for parents, how this could be of so much help to them, if especially, you know, when you're talking about help with homework, okay? That always, sometimes, you know, you have to make supper, you have to do this, you have to do that, and then, oh, I have to pay, not that you don't neglect your children, but I think this is a tremendous benefit for children. I mean, I think throughout the years you've seen this. You have to have the patience of whatever it is.
Yes,
I mean,
you do.
Yeah,
if
patience
you don't
and
have
passion.
patience and compassion,
Yeah.
forget about it, okay?
Yeah.
You said you get a lot of, I could imagine when they're student, you may have sometimes some students are shy. Some people are outgoing. Some people get off my back, Jimmy, you're driving me crazy, okay? But they're good things.
Yeah.
When you find that. My friends, I'm talking to the people who have run Champions. It's a great program. I mean, it's just absolutely great. We'll talk a little bit more about it after this break. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. Thanks for making the Sam Lesante Show the #1 talk show in northeastern Pennsylvania. I really appreciate it. For all those people who come up to me and say they watch the show, I say thank you very much. Very interesting show today. If you have students going to any of these schools, Hazleton Township Early Learning Center, Heights Terrace Elementary, Freeland and Drums Elementary, this is a show you definitely want to watch. It's pertaining to the education of your kids. It's called Champions. They're in the morning and the afternoon, reliable care, talented nurturing teachers, curriculum makes learning fun. It's just help with homework. It's just great. Joining me today is Yazlyn Trinidad, who is the area manager, and we have a area manager from New Jersey, Lindsay Capatasto. I'm saying that right? Should be. It's Italian. And of course, Anthony Powell, who's the site manager. We talked. I'm going to put a phone number on the screen. So if you want to learn more about it or enroll your students, your child into it, it's Yazlyn's number, and it's 570-317-4193. It's on the screen. If you want to know more about this program, it's absolutely fabulous, particularly for those of you who have a lot on your plate. Love to give your student, your child, individual attention. You can only give them so much because you have so much to do. This is perfect for you. In the morning, 2 hours, in the afternoon, up until 6 o'clock, it's just great. Now, Yazlyn, let's talk about summer camp.
Summer camp.
Summer camp. I hope it's warm in summer camp. Let's talk about why this summer camp is so great.
Yes. So one thing about our summer camp, Sam, is that we're very intentional about the planning that we put into our summer camp. Not only do we want it to be educational and for the kids to have a place where it's safe, but we want to make it as fun as possible, and we want to give them a kind of experience that's one of a kind and that makes them want to come back again, right? So our summer camp is a full-day summer camp. We run from 7 to 5.
7 to 5.
7 to 5. So 7 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
How long is it?
The program?
How long is it? A week or?
So we run from the day right after school ends, like the following week, all the way till the end of the summer. I think our final day
Throughout the whole summer.
Yeah,
June
so we're
till
throughout the
August.
whole summer. And the
Do
point of
they stay there, or do they just come in for the day, or how
They
does it-
come in for the day, then they go home at night,
Yeah.
and they come
Oh,
back.
okay. Well, I'm thinking camp. I'm thinking going to a camp.
Oh no, I'm sure they would love to sleep
sure
over,
they
but
would.
Okay.
no.
So where is this camp held?
So we have 2 camps in Hazleton. Our first camp is at Drums Elementary, and then our second camp is at Heights Terrace Elementary.
Okay. And what does that day consist of? And when does it start in the morning and then in the evening?
Yeah, so we have a schedule that we go by every single day, and every day is different. This year we decided to do theme weeks. So instead of it being just like plain old curriculum when they come in, every single day has a theme and every week has a theme. So Mondays we do arts and crafts. Tuesdays we might have like a vendor come out from outside, come in and teach the kids something. We've done a bunch of things before. We've done video game trucks.
So there's a lot of things
Yes,
going on.
I've done
So
video-
what's the times from what time to what time?
the summer camp
Yeah.
from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Did it have to be there full day?
They do not have to be there full day. We do have half day options.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know,
Parents going to work at 11 o'clock, they
so
can
if
come in
the
at noon.
parents could drop the students off, they get, now what about food?
So the children
Because
are
the kids
required.
have to eat.
Yes.
Yes, they
so the
do.
children are required to bring their own lunch, but we do offer snack all day. So we do have that available to them all day. We do get meals from the school district as well, so we do distribute that to them Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays, since the district is closed, then they bring their own lunch.
Okay. So you cover a lot of things. The kids are active, and they could come in for 1 week, or they could. Do they have to enroll for a certain amount of time, or is just, I need you on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah, so our
I need
sched-
you Monday and Tuesdays.
Right. So our schedule is very flexible. So you have the flexibility of picking any days of the week that you want on a weekly basis. So let's say next week you need Monday and Friday, but then the following week you need Tuesday and Wednesday. There's no penalty, and you can change it at any
This
time.
is fabulous. So if I have a doctor's appointment
Yes.
on a
Yes, you
Tuesday,
could.
if I have a dentist appointment, if I have to go and see somebody, okay, it's like, who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to watch care of the kids, okay? But now, what are the age groups from the summer camp?
So in this school district for summer camp, we will service K through 8 because the highest is 8th grade in this school district. So yeah.
Well, I could see an 8th grader, learning a lot of skills, okay, younger
Oh,
kids.
for sure.
Because this is great for parents. How does that work for you in New Jersey?
We mirror the same thing, and we do this all over. So running that full day camp, and something I love that you touched on that about the flexibility, because sometimes, and a parent myself, sometimes we see you have to be locked in for, say, the whole summer
Yes.
and pay a flat fee. Something that we're really proud of, not only for summer, but also for before and after school. It could be a day or two, and again, like you said, say you would like to go and have a doctor's appointment right after your job at 4 o'clock. You can do that, make sure that your child is in a safe place. Something that we also really promote for summer camp is going on field trips. So bringing the kids outside to have those learning experiences. So we like to promote within, and I know in New Jersey we do the same thing, and the same goes for Pennsylvania, highlighting those hometown areas and giving back to the community and finding areas with, whether it's a museum, a local art studio, dance school, we have them come in and we like to shout them out as well.
And the phone number's on the screen, my friends, and register for this. And Anthony, you've been to these summer camps, right?
Yes, I've been the lead director. This would be my 3rd year being the lead director of the summer camps.
How does that work for you?
Busy, busy. Because sometimes, throughout the summer, people are going to they take their vacations and they need their breaks. And I fill in there in those spots when they need to. But I I watch over them. I make sure everything is going okay. If they have any issues, I try to take care of them. I take the curriculum and I write it for the whole entire summer. So every day has the curriculum built in it, along with the themes that go with it that we've put together. So if it's if it's superhero week, we have one day, like the last day or the Thursday, we have dress as your favorite superhero. So we put that in, but we also have different other things about superheroes and that they could talk about, or paint, like draw yourself as a superhero, paint yourself, things like that they are doing the arts and crafts and the other things, and they get to talk with each other, and we kind of sit together and say, okay, well, who's your favorite one and why? And then maybe that person, another one will say, yeah, that's my favorite.
That's
so we
great.
all really talk
and they
together.
can intermingle there with their own kids.
Right,
It's
right.
interesting you said about emails. For those people who have taken advantage of your curriculum, there's no question. They're telling you better send your kid here. It's great, etc. For those people who are now watching for the very first time and not understanding what Champion's all about, particularly there are a lot of seniors that watch the show, their grandchildren, okay, you should, try Champions. I think this is great, particularly some people, parents like to enjoy the summer. Maybe they want to have lunch with their friends, or maybe they want to go shopping, etc. This is great for them.
Also, Sam, we do have drop-ins as well. That's one of the other things that we offer, is that if you register for Champions and you might just need us for that one day, or like you said, you had a doctor's appointment, if you're registered with us, you could just bring your child that one day out of the week because you have a doctor's appointment, and we're still going to do the same things with them and pull them into everything that we do. And I was saying about homework help, I always tell the parents too, if you have a project that your child needs to do, or a paper, we can help them work with that and get that completed for you, that you're not having to worry about, we got this massive project.
How many years have you been in Hazleton?
We've been here for about 3 school years now.
I think this is a great asset for parents that just don't have the time to, like I said, not that they don't want to. And sometimes parents are troubled because I wish I would spend more time for my kid on this homework, but I had to do this. And this just fills the gap. It's great, okay?
And the other thing too is, from the time I was in school, which, again, was a long time ago, the curriculum, but also the way they teach has changed. So when a parent sees this stuff in front of them, they're like,
You're
wow,
right, exactly.
I don't know,
Exactly.
but we could take that and then help the
Because
children.
you're
and
working
because
with
we're
the
working
school
with
district.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate very much, okay? It's called
Thank you for
Champions.
having us.
It was my pleasure. It's called Champions. The phone number, 570-317-4193. And the schools that are participating are Hazel Township Early Learning Center, Heights Terrace Elementary, Freeland Drums Elementary. Believe me, my friends, this sounds great. In 3 years, they're working with the school district, secured, safe. What more do you want? We'll see you next time.